record outside with Mara. She won't leave me alone though. She'll probably be trying to be over my shoulder the whole time.
All right, we are live, so you all can share it, do whatever. Let me click back over here and we'll get yeah, here goes the intro. All right, so we're live. Welcome to the Philanthropy Podcast. This is actually going to be the last one of this month. We're going to take a little break off and come back at the beginning of what's next month? August.
August.
So, because Jake, you'll be happy to hear we got some filming to do.
Ooh, okay.
Got some scripts done I need to send out to the team. So we got some filming to do. So we'll circle back on this in August and might share some details of that on here to whoever that cares, which is probably a lot of you all.
I do.
But all right. Yeah, appreciate you. But yeah, so we're going to jump into our 2-minute film pitches. We're going to let Corey lead the way on this one. And we got 2 minutes on the deck. This is our film pitches for what we're going to watch during the rest of this month. And we're going to come back in August and talk about the winning film that gets picked. So here we go.
All right. So my pitch is Long Legs. It's a horror, which normally I don't do horror, but this one just looks like it's something that I could get into. It's about I believe she's a detective, and she has like a kind of cult-like upbringing from her past, and it's that background kind of starts to flow into her job as she's investigating a serial killer murder, I believe. I don't have a lot on it, but like I said, I've watched the trailer about 6-7 times, and I'm really excited about it. Excited so much that the algorithm on my Instagram just keeps showing me the trailer over and over again. So that's all I got on that, but that's my pitch.
Okay. Director is Oz Perkins. I'll just add in a little.
Oz Perkins.
Oz Perkins. The trailer looked, I mean, I'm watching it in mute, but that looked interesting. He's known for Legally Blonde.
Oh, did not know that.
Not far from a horror film, but it looks like his 2 other films that he did were horror films. So it looks like he just had a little switch up. So, all right, good pitch from Corey. I guess I'll go next, and mine, to no surprise to anyone on this podcast, is Deadpool. I'm a huge fan of Wolverine and Hugh Jackman. So yeah, Deadpool. Wolverine's going to be in it. Don't know much about the storyline, if they're going to be kicking ass together or fighting each other. I kind of feel like it's going to be both ways. So we'll see how the storyline goes. But yeah, I mean, it's Wolverine. Who doesn't like Wolverine? I'm really into the superheroes that are very fictional, nonfiction, and like Punisher, Wolverine. So that's Wolverine's my favorite. But here's something that just came out that some of you all, I don't know if you all know this, but people will like to hear this. Blade is actually going to be in Deadpool. He's going to have a
cameo?
Do I want to say a cameo? But I don't know. He's going to be in it. Yeah. So
I mean, they keep pushing that movie, rewriting that movie, canceling that movie.
And I'm sorry. Let me even go farther back. Not just Blade. Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What?
So yeah. So yeah, Deadpool. That's my pick. And Deadpool. It's funny. You're gonna see a lot of gore. There's gonna be some foul language. Your kids cannot go and watch this with you, more than likely. And yeah. So
is it still rated R?
I'm sure.
Good question. Let me see.
I'm
Deadpool.
sure.
I hope so, man, because if they take that R rating off, then I don't know.
Deadpool 2024. Yeah, it's R. Definitely.
I think I just saw a new trailer. I don't know if it got released in the last couple of days, but it showed a little bit more about the film from me, other than like the little teasers that I've seen. But like,
I actually haven't watched
anything
on it.
It seems like it's taken a different approach on Wolverine. Like, it's not like Hugh Jackman has always been Wolverine, but
right.
If it's more like the comic, because if you look at his outfit, that's like the old cartoon
Oh yeah, definitely.
outfit. He's never had that outfit in any of the other X-Men movies and stuff like that. Like it's more been like the leather jacket and blue jean, Wolverine. But this one is like the actual like uniform Wolverine. So we'll see how it goes.
I'll say
It's gonna be
from
fun.
what I've
It's comic
seen,
book.
yeah, from what I've seen, it's definitely a Deadpool movie more than a Wolverine movie.
For sure.
So yeah. Even though it's called
As it
Deadpool
should be.
and Wolverine. So, but yeah, July 26th. So that's at the end of the month. But yeah, all right. So who wants to go next?
Take it, Chris.
All right. So it's July 3rd. And for me, I was pretty excited for this one. So Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, it comes out today. So I'm actually going to watch it as soon as we get done here. But the movie franchise basically speaks for itself. If you know anything about like Eddie Murphy's film, career, Axel Foley is this, crazy detective out of Detroit, and he goes out to Beverly Hills and gets into trouble every single time he gets out there. So I know this movie, they claim to have brought back everyone from the original cast that is still with us. So I think that is super cool. If you liked the original, like first and second, like if you like the first and second, I think this movie is going to be a cool one to watch. So if you have nothing better to do tonight, go watch that. Even if you do have something good,
watch that. That's almost following from our Bad Boys sting right there. Where we have like some classic '90s with one of the best theme songs to it as well.
Yes, that was my
that is true. Yeah,
it was my ringtone at one point. We had polyphonic ringtones, bro.
Oh yeah, the Nokias.
Yeah,
Nokia's two-way.
Yeah, so that's my pitch.
Okay, that's a tough contender already. Yeah, I like that. All right, Jake?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think you know what? I think I'll follow up more because I was kind of between two projects to pick. I was gonna just pitch Bike Riders because that looks really good. But you know what? I'm gonna pitch something a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more fun. I'm gonna follow your '90s or like throwback lead. I'm gonna pitch Twisters. Twisters is exactly what it sounds like. It is the sequel to Twister, except that this time there's two or more, which is funny because the movie Twister had two or more. And I think this time this should be called like Twisters with a Vengeance or Twisters the Vengeaning or something like that, because I think now they're trying to kill the Twisters, which is also fantastic. I think this one's coming out July 19th, so it's coming out soon. Now, the director is probably someone you don't know, and this is kind of interesting. His name is Lee Isaac Chung. This dude directed probably his biggest movie that got like the most like buzz was Minari. Minari, if you don't know, is based on like a true story. It's about like a Korean family that emigrates to the middle of America and how they kind of integrate into that. It's really good. It's like really like pulls on your heartstring, but it's a lower budget like indie style. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles this. But come on, it's Twisters. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. No.
I kind of want to see that movie you were just talking about.
Yeah, Twisters. I was looking forward to that.
Minari's good.
It's nostalgic too. Okay, so those were some good pitches we got from Corey. We got Long Legs, which is a horror film from the director of Legally Blonde. And then we have Jake with Twisters, which is a sequel to the 90s hit Twister. Was it 90s? Was that in the 90s?
Yeah.
It was either.
I think it was 90s, yeah.
Okay, so in the 90s.
Yeah, and that was a loaded cast too, man.
Oh, yeah, that was a good cast. And then we have, why can't I think of the name of yours, Chris, right now?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. And that's going to be on Netflix, so that's going to be an easy one to watch.
It's basically free.
Yeah. That's an easy one to watch.
That's another part of my pitch. It's basically free. All you got to do is sit down on the couch because basically everybody has Netflix. So just sit down and enjoy the movie.
So see, Chris trying to sell you on the free.
I'm gonna
on the
win because
free
nobody
tag,
else is
too.
gonna go to the movies, bro.
No, I'm going to long legs.
No,
I'm
no. See
telling
what
you
it
right
is. He's
now.
a shill for Netflix. He doesn't. He's anti-password sharing.
Yeah, hire me.
That's what Chris
Netflix.
is.
Somebody already
Come
got
on,
a sponsor
hire
and
me.
ain't telling us. That's what it is. Okay, and then mine was Deadpool with Wolverine because I love Wolverine. So those are the pitches. I'm gonna go in and send my vote out. So how this works is we cannot vote for our own films, and then you all are gonna help us decide the final vote, obviously with y'all's vote. So um, I'm gonna give Twisters because I feel like I just watched Bad Boys. I'm really on like this action kick, so I'm gonna give Twisters a little. Give my vote. Give it some love.
Okay,
What's y'all's?
awesome, awesome. I'm gonna vote for long legs. One because I think that it's something interesting that we don't necessarily always watch, and two, it's very on theme for today's episode for being female led.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
True.
I'm gonna go with Deadpool versus Wolverine. Is that the title, right? Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah. Or no,
Yeah.
it's Deadpool and
And
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So I'm going with that. I'm gonna watch all these films, obviously, because
I
I
think I am.
just
too.
love all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with that one because I think that would be the most fun for us to talk about on here. But we'll see. We'll see where it
bet.
goes. I'm excited about all of them.
Yeah, I'm watching them all for sure. Chris, where you throwing your vote at?
I think I'm gonna go with Twisters as well, just
Okay.
because that movie is literally like it. I know this is gonna sound stupid, but now that I think about it, it kind of shaped my life because I was afraid of storms, like deathly afraid of storms, bro. And it was because of that movie. Like I
Yeah.
missed so much stuff in life because storms were around. And we lived in Kentucky. I was like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm not
So-
going. I wasn't going, bro. And I
Yeah.
missed so much. You know what I mean? So like it shaped my life. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm not afraid of storms now, so I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go see Twisters.
Did you all ever go to was it Universal Studios that had the Twister like ride?
Yeah.
It wasn't really a
yeah.
ride, but it
And
was
even
like
if I
know
could have
what you
went, I wasn't getting on it.
so it was like one of these things where you kind of walk into different rooms, and as you walk into these different rooms, like different scenes from the movie Twister are happening, and then at one point you're up against this wall, and then like the Twisters coming right at you through
That's
a
crazy.
farm
It's like
field.
a simulation.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
it's throwing stuff across the room, and explosions.
I remember
are
that one,
happening,
Corey.
That's why I really liked Twister back in the day because I went on that ride multiple times.
Nah,
Universal
see, we had
Studios
completely
is
different
lit.
childhoods, bro.
Yeah.
No, sir.
I remember
No,
that
I
one.
mean I was terrified of them too back in the day because
Yeah.
I remember my mom putting us in the bathtub for like a tornado.
Yeah,
warning
that's
once,
traumatizing, isn't
that
it?
did freak
Oh
me
yeah.
Crazy. Get in the middle of the house.
Oh dude, yeah.
Get the
It's
mattresses.
out.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Put the
Sirens.
mattress on the
it's
door.
scary, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm out here
Anyway,
I'm out here in Texas and like middle of Texas, and last time we were here last month, like we had twister weather. Like I mean, it was like lightning flashes. I mean, it was literally like strobe lights. And then
Crazy.
we left, and literally like a week later, like this house that I'm standing in right now, this farmhouse, there was a tornado that came through this area and like knocked the roofs off of things, knocked down trees, everything. So I mean, that shit's scary, man.
Mm-hmm. That's why
That is.
Twister. We
But
might
we'll
be
have
putting
fun
this
with
into a horror film, not a thriller, right? Everybody's scared of it.
It depends who you are. Yeah,
I think-
it
I mean,
depends
it's-
who you are. So,
Yeah.
all
It's
right,
almost
so
shot like a
going
horror
in,
film in a way.
going into scene one of our call sheet is something that means a lot to us. It's a toast to the GOAT actresses, to some female lead roles or films that we're going to just give a toast to. So each of us have picked about 3 topics, either whether it's a film or an actress and their 3 projects or something. And we're just going to, have a round table chat about it. I guess I'll start it off just to set the vibe of what we can talk about with each topic and just see how it goes. So mine that I'm going to start with is Jessica Alba. I'm gonna call it her return, and I could be completely wrong because I just haven't seen her on anything. Maybe I haven't seen her in anything that was like mainstream. But she's on the
No,
Netflix.
she's pretty much been like retired, dude. You're not wrong.
That's what I okay. That's what I thought. I know she had kids and she was on mommy duty, so I respect that. But she's made a return onto Netflix with a movie called Trigger Warning, and it is a totally different Jessica Alba.
Hmm.
She is doing choreographed action choreography, and it is and she killed it. Like what she did in the movie was dope. Um, the movie itself was not that great. I'm gonna go in and
Hmm.
say it. The story and the directing, it was like it's like the one scene didn't match the next scene and what was happening. It was like, did they even? Anna even said it to me. She looked at me. She's like, "Did they even proofread this?" And I just laughed because it was. It's like this is on Netflix. Um, but overall, it was a. So Corey, you watched it?
I watched it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this to Chris and Jake's because I know they're eager to go
Yeah.
watch it now. But Corey, you tell me, was it not a female version of Walking Tall with Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah. It had that. It had. I could get that feel now that you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
That's
Just
what I
because
picked
like
up.
I don't know, like
Are you talking
it's
about the movie where Homeboy was walking around with that stick hitting people?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
It has-
my
Yep.
God, not the
not
stick, man.
not like
Pole
that.
guy?
Not
It's not
like
exactly
that.
like
But
that.
it just like the kind of back home, like
The
going back
back
to
home story.
hometown
Yeah,
I got you. I got you.
and something happening and then her having to figure out how to solve the issue,
yeah,
just
yeah,
the same way, similar
yeah.
Man, you forget
I,
how many movies you actually see until you.
to that.
Right. But no, that's my shout out to Jessica
Well,
Alba. One, I really like her as an actress. She's been in some iconic roles as like I guess my childhood and growing up, like seeing her. So it's just cool to see her come back. Um, she's looking good on camera. She killed it. But yeah, so hopefully see some more of her.
yeah, I think that's cool too to see her come back kind of maybe on her own terms. I mean, I know she's been a really successful like businesswoman. Like she owns a few businesses. I think she has like
That's
a
right.
makeup or
Yeah.
fashion line.
I
Yeah,
think
so
there's
she
like
was, I mean,
some food for something about kids foods too. Now that I'm thinking about it, am I thinking
yeah.
about?
So I mean, I think now she's kind of coming back because she wants to. And I think one theme that you'll probably see through a lot of these actresses that we talk about, like Hollywood's not kind, especially if you happen to be like the heartthrob, like the female, like, sex icon. I don't even want to say that necessarily. That's, because nowadays I think that's just so maybe past where we want to be. But, she was forced into so many, I mean, she had a great career, but she was forced into so many like romance roles or like silly little rom-coms and like just being like the girl for that. I mean, she had to do a movie with Dane Cook. I mean, how demeaning, you know?
What was that one? That one was actually kind of funny. I can't remember the name of that one.
It was Good Luck Chuck, I
Yeah,
think.
Good Luck Chuck. I was going to say I think it's Good Luck Chuck. Right?
So let me go on and just throw this out there before somebody else gives their toast to another actress. So read this. I'll read this headline. How Jessica Alba built a $1 billion business empire. I didn't even know it was valued at that.
Yeah.
$1 billion
That's
business.
crazy.
She made Honest baby care products.
Oh, we use
Um,
that. We've
yeah,
some of like
yeah,
the
with
little
the
applesauces and
wipes.
stuff like that.
Yep, the applesauce wipes and stuff.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
She owns that company. Wow.
Yeah. So shout out.
That's
Here's a
nuts.
toast to Jessica Alba on your business and
She
the
probably
acting.
did it.
My
She
daughter
probably
looks
did it
that
Wow.
up.
after. She probably
That's
Yeah,
did it after
crazy.
Fantastic Four and
that's
how
crazy.
good that movie went.
Oh,
Yes.
jeez.
I'm gonna
Well,
take a
that movie
break.
that movie is cursed anyway. You can't.
All right. So who is up next? Who wants to give a toast to the female lead that's standing out to you right now currently?
I will go ahead and I will hop in because no one else is going for that. I have a
Yeah.
couple too, but I'm going to focus. I want to go a little bit more. I feel like some of like from what I've seen from you guys' list, there's a little bit of action at play there, which I think is great. That's something we're all interested in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go a little bit more classic, I think. So I think I don't want to go too old, but too much into movie history like Marilyn Monroe, or you look at Liz Taylor or any of the Hepburns who are like foundational to acting and stuff like that. I think that the first person that comes to mind when we think of actress in our timeline, in this darkest timeline that we live in, is Meryl Streep. I mean, come on. Meryl Streep is the GOAT. I mean, she has what, 5 Academy Awards to her? And I don't want to focus so much on that, like what she is now, because it's like I think she's almost like a larger than life figure at this point. I want to focus a little bit on where these people had like their breakout roles, you know what I mean? And I think that we forget that it's like no matter what like massive like success Meryl Streep has become, she started out humble just like anyone else. She was an actress trying to find her way. And something that everybody always asks any actor is like, well, what kind of acting do you do? Do you do like commercials? Do you do TV? The answer is yes. The answer is almost always yes. Like you always do everything. Not Meryl Streep though. Meryl Streep was different. She's on record saying like, I can't do commercials. I'm not pretty enough. I'm paraphrasing, and she's a pretty woman, but she's like, I'm not that look. And on top of that, it doesn't feel real to me, so I can't pitch it. And this woman made her career on being real. She had her first Academy Award off of Sophie's Choice. That one's, an incredibly like, heart-wrenching and heartfelt movie. To me though, it's like you look all the way back to Deer Hunter, where she has a fairly small role as like the girl, whatever her name is of that, I can't even remember, but it's like she started out in Deer Hunter. And her next like breakout movie, like a couple years later, Kramer versus Kramer. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, but she was starring opposite of Dustin Hoffman, who was well past a graduate. He was well into his career. Meryl Streep came into that and she stole the scene from Dustin Hoffman. Not only does she have like that amazing like end of movie, like where she's on the stand fighting for her kid and her rights in that relationship after the two have gotten divorced, but there's this awesome story where they're sitting down, they're having this very quiet dinner in this scene, like they meet at like a restaurant, and so even though they're just on a set, like the public is around, so as an actor you have to like kind of bring down your reactions, all this stuff. Well, Dustin Hoffman is getting dominated by this young actress in this, like, and he's a cocky guy, and he does this thing at the end of the scene where she pisses him off, and he just slaps this glass off the table. Glass shatters everywhere, explodes, and her reaction, she jumps, and then she just looks around the dining room, and then comes back and delivers her line. Masterful. From there, she's a freaking star. And since then, she's done everything from, The Devil Wears Prada, or if you see her in, what's the movie where she's like Stuck on You, where Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon are twins, and she just shows up as a cameo and does like a musical number at the end. She's prolific, but she is the GOAT at the end of the day. And I just kind of wanted to remind people, go back and watch some of her older films, just because they're so good, and it almost like eliminates the veneer of the blockbuster. And she's in like more of a raw indie style, and you just see how dominant she is.
No, respect to Meryl Streep.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Chris, what you got?
listen to that. The honor among these thieves here. They're all like,
well, I'll say
man.
this.
Yeah,
respect to Meryl Streep, but I have a little bit of a counter to the GOAT, and not to take from Meryl Streep, but I just feel like there's someone that has been undervalued in the industry. But I'll get to that. Chris, what you got?
All right, so I picked Zoe Saldana. Just because, man, she's been iconic in I think everything she's ever been in. I don't think she's ever put out a bad product so far that I've seen. And I mean, name your movie she's been in. She's been in comedies. You remember she was in what was that movie? Guess Who with Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
That was a funny movie.
Oh yeah.
Super funny movie. And then she was in Takers with Chris Brown and those guys, right? Wasn't she in that movie?
Yeah,
she was in Pirates of the
Takers.
Caribbean. She was in Drumline.
I didn't know she was in Pirates of the Caribbean until I looked her up, and I was like,
what?
I forgot. I just forgot, and I was like, damn.
Oh man, you don't remember it? Oh, okay. We'll talk about that later.
I know, bro. I know.
Also, so she was also in the Marvel universe, right? And all the Gardens of the Galaxy movies. Like she's just been crazy. And the biggest one yet, I believe, Avatar, which is I think one of the biggest
Oh yeah,
grossing movies of all time, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Rick,
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
yeah. So you got to give her credit where credit is due. She's a really, really entertaining person to watch, and everything
Yeah.
that she puts out, I think, has been gold. So
So
we love
two
you.
things to that. One, like range. She has range in what she's been able to do as far as genre, and then just
Hmm.
character wise. But then it's like, what if you were to make a list, make a short list of actresses you want your daughter to look up to and be? I mean,
Mhm.
she's top three. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
easy.
Do
so
you all
yeah,
watch
easy.
Lioness? Like,
That's what I was gonna. Yeah,
she's
Linus was
really good in
dope.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's good in that. And she also came out of the same superhero Marvel factory that Chris Evans did with, what was the movie? The Losers?
hmm.
Do you remember that? It
Oh,
had
was that?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it. And it
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
big
I feel like
cast,
I
but
do
it just didn't
remember
have
that.
a, yeah. They're like, I think it was based on a comic book, and it was, it was like basically like a group of like mercenaries that get together in order to pull off this heist or something like that. And Chris Evans plays like the hacker nerd dude, and then she's like the femme fatale who had like an old relationship with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's like their leader. But yeah, that one was like a superhero movie factory, basically.
Hmm.
I'm looking through her IMDb right now. It's like it's
All
really
right.
cool seeing like you know kid movies, animated movies, stuff like that. Like she's got all kinds of
Yeah, man,
stuff.
that's what I'm
She's
saying.
very
She's touched
diverse.
everything.
So I'm sorry, I kind of messed up. So this is what I wanted to kind of do. So and we'll just start it from here. We won't even backtrack. What film of hers or whatever show would you suggest that someone should go watch? Doesn't have to be your favorite, but if you just had to shout out one and say that's what someone should go watch, what comes to
I
mind?
would say Guess Who, and the only reason why I
Guess
say
who?
that is because it was before she was big, and there was a few scenes in there where you could tell she was. I mean, it was a rom com, but she was acting her ass off in that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Like there was so much emotion in those arguments that she had with Ashton Kutcher, where like you can watch it with your family, and it's
yeah.
actually good acting. It was a good movie. I think
That's a
you
good
should
one to
watch that.
call out because it is very hard to even share a stage with Bernie Mac, and people
Hmm.
have even
Right.
said it. And like, if you, yeah, she did her thing on a film with Bernie Mac, so you got to salute that for sure.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
good
not to
one.
mention that one's technically a remake of. It's kind of a
Yeah, it
reverse of
is. Yeah,
Who's Coming to Dinner or Look Who's Coming to Dinner
yeah, that's what I
with
heard about that.
Sidney Poitier, I think was in that one,
Yeah,
if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
yeah. I
And
forgot
it's
about
basically
that,
it's
but that's
taking that
true.
racial element, kind of flipping it on its head.
Yep. Yep. All right, so let's see. We're doing a circle back. All right,
Do you want
so
to before I go? Do you want
yeah,
Jake? Do you want to recommend a Meryl Streep movie?
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, Kramer versus Kramer. Go watch that
Okay.
moment.
Oh yeah, you
She's
just said
not
it.
in it as often, I would say. Or as frequently. Like she is more of a supporting role, but like I said, it's her breakout performance. As parents, I think you all would really vibe because it's Dustin Hoffman and their kid together a lot, and you see the mounting pressures of being like a single parent. But when she's kind of reintroduced back into the movie and then they start interacting, I mean, you just see like her talent, man. And it is, I don't want to say it's by the book acting because that's almost like denigrating, but it's just so pure and it's like response, like her listening is so strong in that movie and her presence. And I think that's the foundation of who Meryl Streep is. And you see her as like, she's going to be 92 and still be able to pull that off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
So,
Yeah. Go on.
I guess I'll go into mine if that's cool, Trey. I'll let
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
last.
No.
So mine is Nicole Kidman, and it's kind of neat because she has movies and shows with both Zoe and Meryl Streep. Um, Nicole Kidman's gone way back, started back in the 80s acting, and she's got on IMDb, she's credited for 96 different films or movies. Um, a couple of my favorites of Nicole Kidman are, well, I guess I'll start off. She is a Australian actress. She's got many Academy Awards, um, but a couple of the shows that I like to watch. Me and my wife are real big fans of Big Little Lies. I don't know if you guys have watched that or not. It's kind of like a
I've heard of
I
it.
haven't seen that one.
thriller. It's got that's the one she's in with Meryl Streep. Um, it's just like a us talking about women empowerment and stuff like that. Like this show is all like the top names are all women. You got hold on,
I'll say, just to throw it in there, I was actually pretty excited to see her in Lioness and in the role that
yeah,
she had.
that too.
It felt good, and like I don't know, it was just like cool.
Oh, that's with
'cause,
Zoe
you know,
Saldana, right?
Yep.
yeah. So it was just cool seeing her in that, and I don't know, I felt like I haven't watched anything with her in a while, but now I've done watched like 3 films with her in it. But
She's got a
I mean,
new
she's doing her
movie.
thing.
She's got a new movie that just came out with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
And halfway through it, a family affair or something like that.
Oh
she's-
yeah.
She's
That's
My
right.
wife and my
Zac
niece
Efron's-
watched it. I was taking a peek.
You watched it, Trey?
I didn't like really. I was watching, going back and forth through the
Yeah.
room and catching a little bit of it. I mean, it has some It's a rom com.
I just like Nicole Kidman so much because like whatever role she plays, she kills it. And she's got so many different roles she can play. Another one I watched was called Non-Perfect Strangers. She plays this like guru, and she ties all these people together and gets them to come to this like retreat to help their lives out, and somehow they're all connected together, and it kind of just goes through that. But she plays a really, really odd character in there, and she can fit right into that, and then go play a structured character like she does in Lioness, and just like she's
or she can do a musical like Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, or playing some creepy weird movie called A Fur Imaginary or something like that. It was with Robert Downing Jr. and he was literally he has this disease where he just grows hair all over his body, and they have like a love affair through that. Like she's got so much stuff, and it I guess the one I recommend to watch would be Big Little Lies, just because she plays a really good role in that one.
No, yeah, respect to Nicole Kidman for sure.
I think the one that you would probably like the most of her film that I can think of off the top of my head, Trey, is Panic Room.
Haven't watched that.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Also,
yeah, it's so basically there's like a home invasion and they live in this like really beautiful condo walk up or whatever in New York or something, and they have a panic room, and they go run inside the panic room and whomever the home invaders are, they're trying to get them out basically. But watch the camera work, or just go watch the behind the scenes, because basically they built like an open faced condo and they used crane shots to go from room to room. It was like pre-drone,
2002. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy how they did. It's not the best movie. It's a good thriller, but it's not the best movie. But watch the camera work in it because it's it's
I mean
excellent.
the cinematography,
really.
Yeah. Sometimes
Also,
you got to go back.
That's great.
Back a decade to find some good cinematography.
Yeah.
So now I feel that.
Also, she's in Aquaman, but I'm not a big DC guy.
No, see, forget Aquaman. Batman Forever. Where she plays Dr. Chase Meridian, his psychologist that he has. Her and Val Kilmer.
Does she end up being Poison Ivy, right? Or no?
No.
Okay.
That's Uma Thurman plays Poison Ivy after that.
Oh.
Yeah, but man, in Batman Forever,
I do.
I mean, I don't want to be this guy, but I mean, I was just coming of age during that time, and she was hot.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, my little 11-year-old heart or whatever was like, oh my god.
She still is at whatever age she is now. I don't even know how old she is.
And I will go on and say when it happens, it will definitely be a segment or an episode, but can't think of Weirdo's name. But that director, his final film is probably going to be Kill Bill 3. So,
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, yeah.
Yes.
What did you just
that
say
weirdo?
What did you say? I called him a weirdo.
What did you just say about the goat, bro? He's the reason why I think I can recall like monologues. I used to like I can basically tell you every line from Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction, bro.
Yeah. That was a good one.
I can tell you every line. I can tell you every one of his lines from Django Unchained, and it's for completely different reasons. But
probably shouldn't do that.
yeah, exactly. It's not
We'd
that kind
have
of
to have
program.
a,
This is
Listen,
after dark show to talk about some Quentin Tarantino films.
listen, he is a weirdo. You know his whole foot
Yeah.
fetish thing, right?
Yeah, that's
Where
why I
he
said
always-
that's. I was poking fun at him, but no, he is.
Why is
he is
that
a goat.
weird? People make millions off feet pics, bro. That means a lot
Yeah,
of people
exactly.
like it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's
not
important
right.
to speak to people in the audience and their deepest desires and their secrets. You know?
Talking about, bro.
Yeah, and would we have gotten Salma Hayek
nobody
without
ever
that?
wanted a woman with ugly feet. What are you talking about?
That's facts. That's facts. That is.
I'm telling you, bro. You got ugly feet. I'm
Yeah.
running for the hills.
That's true. 'cause
See, I
you've been up
told
to
you this is
something.
why we. I told you this is why we can't do a woman-centric episode because we're going to start talking about Feet Finder or whatever.
Nah, man. I'm just saying.
Well, on
gotta
to
think
the
about
on to the
everybody.
next one. So this is my counter to the whole GOAT actress thing, and there are a lot of female leads that deserve a lot more credit than what any of them have been getting. But man, Angela Bassett deserves
Oh, and
her. She deserves her flowers decades ago.
Yeah.
She's been.
She's
killing
very
it.
good.
who's not giving them to her?
I mean, she just
I'd like
now
to
got her
speak to
first
them.
Golden Globe. She just got her first
that
one.
was a big thing.
Hey,
yeah.
man.
She had been
Just
Um,
because
due for
the public
That-
opinion is
ex-
known forever.
I feel
No.
you, Chris.
Oh yeah.
No, for sure. But I mean, she should have had a lot more bling bling in her trophy room. So I mean, she's killed it from movies, TV shows.
American Horror Story. She did a really
Yeah.
good job in there.
I haven't seen her put on any role and not just kill it. Even that movie that we were like, it wasn't that great. That Damsel movie, she killed it
Mhm.
as the queen or whatever that was in that.
Yep.
So yeah, Angela Bassett, I think, is an underrated GOAT.
What's one of her
Oh,
most
huge.
famous lines, Trey?
Most famous. I can't think of the line, but the scene that always comes up in my mind when I think of Angela Bassett is lighting that car on fire and throwing clothes
Oh
out.
my gosh.
You already know what
Yeah,
film I'm talking
So
about.
yeah, no, I'm thinking of the Jackson 5. It's like, I don't want you no more, Joe. You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I forgot
yes,
about
bro.
that.
Yo, what are you gonna make him do, Joe? Get out of bed and go get a switcher. You can beat him with it. Yo, she was the best. She was the best, boy.
Dude,
Tell
I
me.
have such a distinct memory of watching that movie, and I completely forgot that was her. She is so good in that.
No, bro,
Yeah.
because that was life for me, man. I remember getting beat like that, yo.
Yeah.
I get trauma. I'll skip it, and I watch that movie. I fast forward that shit, boy. I'm
Yeah.
not joking.
I believe
You
it,
ever
man.
listen
Yeah,
to
she
one of these
definitely.
fools get a whooping? It's terrible.
Yeah, no matter what she shows up in, she lends like credibility to the film already. Like she is, she just has that presence, man. It's like I mean, you can tell she works her ass off in everything that she does, and she's dedicated to the game no matter what.
Yeah, and as we go on to the next subject on the call sheet, I don't think we can talk about female actresses and not mention the great Anna de Armas, and just how talented of an actress she is. So, and that's all that needs to be said.
She's
I was waiting for
Dope.
Jake.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just looking at Jake's reaction.
I think
But now
Jake's
you're
might
good.
be frozen.
Yeah, he is.
But no, she's in the movie or the show about chess, right? Like the chess player. Maybe I'm getting it wrong.
I just might not have seen it. So I think,
Haley says the show's called Gambit.
yeah, no, Queen Gambit. That's actually a good show, but I don't know
Queen's
if I
Gambit.
don't remember
Is that
seeing her.
That's not her. Who's that girl?
No, I don't know who that girl is, but she. I mean, that's a good, like, shout out to Kentucky film too. No, that was a good show. I liked watching that.
That's Ann Taylor Joy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got me confused. My bad.
So, we'll see where we at on the segment to keep us on track. So we're about to go into. I done lost the.
I think we were going into the five America films.
Yep, top 5 American films. So I'm gonna give a shout out to some news with Filmanthropy as we wait for Jake to get back.
He's back.
I think I'm back.
he is
Sorry
back.
about that. I don't have a ton of Wi-Fi here. Everything's bigger in Texas except for the Wi-Fi, I guess.
So Filmanthropy, one of the things that we've been doing that's going on is Meet and Creates, which is our networking stuff. And after some feedback and some good trial and errors with things are going to change a little bit. And these Meet and Creates are going to have topics. The first one coming up in August is going to be Meet and Create script reads. So there'll be more details on that, but I think a lot of film people locally to this are going to like that. Jake is shaking his head, or like up and like he's agreeing.
Nodding.
He's nodding.
In the affirmative.
Sorry,
In the
nodding his
affirmative.
head. And I think it's going to be a good opportunity for people to show up with scripts. It is going to be a slot.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sign up. There'll be more details on it, but getting your script read, feedback, and just potentially even finding the voice and the talent that you need to fill a role is going to be huge. So, yep.
Trey, that is a great opportunity for any writer. Like, you may have it pictured in your head how everything sounds like, but until you see how people read it, how they start putting their spin on it, what's a dead area, exactly. And actors, the number one spot where you get fired in Hollywood is at the table read. That's when you get fired, is at the table read. So make sure that you are sharp on your cold read skills. I mean, if you're at like an actual table read, you probably wouldn't be cold reading, but you need to learn how to kind of bring that. So that's a great opportunity for anybody who wants to come out and just sharpen your skills reading, get to know people, and actually work.
Yep. So more details to come, Filmanthropy website, and on the Instagram. Follow us, check it out. But we're moving on to scene 2, the last scene of the night. And this is top, happy 4th of July tomorrow to everybody that celebrates that. But top
Not
5
our English listeners,
America
that's for sure.
films. We're just going to go off the fly and see if we can build the top 5 best like independent American films or America films. And the first one that comes to my mind is obviously Independence Day. I know it's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
But like that's like the first one that comes to mind. So it has to fit somewhere on that list. Where we have it right now, I don't know. I'll go on and start like.
I got two.
All right, Chris.
All right, so number 1, Behind Enemy Lines is a great American
Behind
film,
Enemy Lines is,
in my opinion, that movie was like one of the big reasons why I started to like things that flew.
Yeah,
like I wasn't a big fan of like much else really. Like when it came to military, I wasn't really trying to be in the infantry or anything. So, like I just thought it was cool. So that was a really good movie too, especially if you think about not leaving somebody behind. That's a really good like first look at it. Before all these other movies came, that was the first one that I saw. Yeah, no, for sure. There was a really old one of Behind Enemy Lines. So that one was with the fighter jet.
Was there?
Guy.
There was an even older one where it was about like World War I or II. And I remember it because there was a scene where like the sniper was sniping people and the guy was having to put a helmet up on a stick to try to get the sniper to shoot at a fake decoy so his teammate could shoot him. It was a good one too. I'll try to find it.
Is that the Tom Hanks one?
No, it's super. It's like it might be a little foreign actually.
Full Metal
I don't know. I'll find it.
I know what movie you're talking about.
Is it Full Metal Jacket?
Interesting.
It's not even called Behind Enemy Lines, but it's Behind Enemy Gates or something like that.
That's what you're talking about.
That is a different
Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates. Yeah.
And that is anti-American, Trey, because that is a Soviet movie. That is a Soviet movie for the commies.
But to the Enemy Lines one is where I got.
Yeah. Right. So that was my first one. And then my second one, of course, was Black Hawk Down.
Yo,
I was gonna say that, dude. That's a great
yeah.
one for that.
That's a
that goes
crazy
on the
good
list.
movie
We're
because
making our list.
it's an actual true story. It's not some
Yeah.
fiction that somebody just made up and decided to record. It is real life. Like that is real, and like a lot of the training and stuff that you get is based off of what happened in that event. So it's really cool to see and watch if you understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's a super hoorah movie, right? I mean, it's like they bring together all the combined special forces and everything, and they're just who is it? Tom Sizemore plays like the ultimate because he's in another great one, Saving Private Ryan, and he's just like the ultimate like sergeant. You know, he's the dude who's like when the Humvee caravan is like walking around, he's just like grabbing guys, moving them, putting them, and he's just walking around, not even behind cover while AK rounds are pinging around him, and he's just chewing his cigar the entire time.
All right, yeah, I got a good one.
All right.
So we're talking about Independence Day, right? Like
not really,
America,
but just like
wait,
America,
But we're talking about when America got its independence, right?
If you take mine, I'm gonna be mad.
How about The Patriot?
That was mine.
Or Braveheart or something. I knew it was coming.
The Patriot, man. Like Mel Gibson. That was one of my like I've watched that movie many times, and I just remember just some of the shots that they have in that film are amazing.
Yeah.
With the cannonballs.
That's such an intense film. You've got Mel Gibson at his best, just taking everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Flags. Okay. American flags flying everywhere. People using the American flag to kill people. Like that that's not patriotic. I don't know what is.
So let's see. We got to get one more on there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a good one that I think would work. Well, I'll give you two, and you guys can kind of choose between it. How about this? Air Force One, Harrison Ford, already our president.
I got one.
Defending America, defending the presidency, defending Air Force One.
And we're going to narrow this down, but I guess you have to put Top Gun, right?
I got a comedy we got to put on there.
That's what I was saying. I was thinking like a comedy or something different.
Comedy has to
Okay, how about Team America?
Okay. All right. I've got one to rival that one if you got to pick one, because I don't know that everybody can watch that one.
Yeah.
So how about Mars Attacks? Mars Attacks was a great American film, bro. Mars Attacks is awesome.
Okay.
That movie's awesome.
Nothing.
So if we're in that case, then Tropic Thunder has to be on there.
I was gonna Tropic Thunder is
Tropic Thunder is my favorite.
Very American.
Forrest Gump, are we adding that too?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like Forrest Gump. All right, now
you know what the problem is when everybody thinks America. Everybody thinks war. I don't want to think of a war movie.
Thank you. We're getting it. We're getting this list down. All right, so even though we're trying to get away from war, I'm gonna throw one out there, and I might be completely wrong, but I wanted to get you all's opinion because I don't know why it made me think of America, and plus it has one of the greatest cities in the name, Gangs of New York. Is that not like American?
Okay, I mean it's like historical.
It's about like pretty much the immigrants of America and fighting it out for
Which is very American, but I do think I don't know. Like when you watch it, I don't know if it screams like American.
It doesn't scream American,
people.
but
it's
but
because
they're fighting
there's nobody
over
getting shot. That's my point. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. How about this? How about this? Same idea, no war. It has American in the title. American Pie. What's more American than a bunch of rich white kids trying to fuck pies and have sex?
Lord have mercy. I was picking it for other reasons, but
when did American Pie fall off? Because it was what? It was like the first
3,
two.
I think.
Yeah, first two.
I've not seen all of them.
2005 or 6 probably. I think
that's what. All right, so I think we're getting it, Trey. All right, so now if you're thinking about that, let's put Scary Movie, because Scary Movie made that kind of comedy popular. Do you remember?
It did, Scary Movie. So which one though? Which one?
Yeah, but that's not Scary Movie's not specifically American though.
No, but I'm talking
at the movie theater.
What do you Yes, when she pulled out that bush, bro, like that was crazy. He pulled out the weed whacker, bro. That was crazy. I remember being a kid watching that.
What about
All right.
what about Forrest Gump?
We already said
Oh
that.
yeah,
You
yeah,
said
most
it
definitely.
when I was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Forrest Gump is. I mean, obviously it goes. It has a lot of like American icon. Oh,
I got one.
bros. What?
Go ahead.
Apollo 13.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say the exact same thing. I was gonna say, what is crazier than going to the moon? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
like that is
Yeah.
peak America right there.
Man,
Like
that's
on
us.
top of
We're
that,
thinking the same thing. Crazy.
yeah.
So I just Googled great 4th of July movies, and I went
Okay.
down to the list and just to see what Google throws out there. And I
See
think
how
we
close
missed.
we are.
I think we missed one that we definitely got to have on there, which is Die Hard. That's a
Oh,
Die
that's
Hard
a Christmas
to me-
movie, dude.
I was gonna say that's a Christmas movie. What are you talking about?
He thinks, but it's like it's American. You know what I'm saying? It's that American.
Yeah. So are the Griswold's Christmas Vacation. That's an American Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's middle America right there. Yeah, and there's no war.
No,
There's
I
no
think
killing.
we. Oh,
Right, right.
oh, okay. Nothing screams America more than this one. National Treasure.
Oh,
That's a good movie. That's a really.
That's
good
a
movie.
great. That's a
I know
great
a lot
series.
of people hate on Nicolas Cage.
I
But that
like it.
movie. I still like it. I liked that movie when I was in high school. I think,
Mhm.
and I think I saw it like maybe
many-
4 or 5 times when it was in theaters, bro.
how many
I
of
really
those did they
enjoyed that
make?
movie.
Didn't they make like 2 or 3 of them?
Yeah, 3. I think.
I only saw the first and second. I saw the third one.
I mean, if you're gonna go
You're
National
right.
Treasure, why not just go to like the OG and Indiana Jones? You know, I mean, we're talking about an American
Wars?
adventure
Well,
icon
now
that's
you open the
fighting
door, Trey.
Nazis.
Oh yeah, we're
Now you
we're,
open
we're
the
going like
door.
this. We started here, and it's just
Now you got
Yeah,
Star
but
Wars. Now you got American
Indiana Jones was like
series.
he was like in India and stuff like that, doing that thing.
Representing
To me,
America. He was
Yeah.
colonizing and
Okay, I'm
projecting our
with
imperial
Alright.
power.
Last one that's
Jurassic
on this
Park?
list.
Those are
Sand-
American as shit.
Sandlot.
American.
Oh,
gangsters
okay,
in America.
Sandlot. All right.
Sandlot.
Oh, that's a good one. That has to be on the
Okay,
list. Sandlot.
okay. As opposed to Sandlot, I'm going to give you Miracle on Ice. Miracle. It's hockey, so you all don't know it.
Baseball.
If we're gonna
I've
go
seen
hockey,
Miracle
listen.
on Ice, bro.
If we're going hockey,
Family Guy
then
makes fun
it's
of it all the
definitely-
But Miracle on Ice is like
That's
literally
not
like
American. That's Canadian.
but here's the thing. So it's like with Miracle on Ice. No, it's not Canadian. This is the U.S. Olympic team beat the Soviets in 1980 in like it was a bunch of college kids beating the professional Soviet team that was like the best in the world for like 2 decades. And this Kurt Russell comes in and plays the coach Herb Brooks and organizes these kids into whooping the Soviets. And it's like the big Al Michaels, the sportscaster. He's like, "Do you believe in miracles?" It's like the biggest win. It galvanized America. That's American, man.
Well,
that's American.
to throw one more last one on the list and to have kind of like a kid's feel or a more nostalgic one with Sandlot. Should Mighty Ducks be on there or?
I'm okay with Mighty
I would-
Ducks if you have to go that way,
See-
but it has to be Mighty Ducks 2 where they go to the World Cup.
See,
No, I get all right. I think it sounds like it doesn't. All right, so we gotta shorten up this list. All right, so I'm gonna go through the
Okay.
list, and we're gonna have to make our top 5. All right. So Sandlot. We're gonna work our way back up.
All right.
Does
Sandlot
Sandlot
has to be
make?
on it. That's an
How many
American
films do we have on your list?
foundational movie for kids.
How many do we have on the
cut?
list?
Yeah, how many do
All
we
right,
have to cut
that's a
to
good
get
question.
the top 5?
We might have to make 10 and then make it down to 5. So
Oh,
let's
God.
see.
Everybody's seen Sandlot, bro.
We have 15 on the list that we just shouted
I
out.
told you once you opened up that door, bro, I can still be going.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we got Sandlot on there. National Treasure.
Okay.
Does it make the top 10? I say
I
yes.
think it does. I think it does.
I say yes.
Only
Yeah.
reason is
Both
because
of them?
it touches. No,
Yeah.
just the first one for me.
Maybe
And the
the
only
first
reason
one.
is because it touches so much of American history. I don't know how
Yep.
much of it is actually true. 'Cause I never fact checked that stuff, but everything that we were taught in schools,
I
just
learned
saying
more
that you-
about the Constitution on.
I'm just saying they don't
Okay,
tell
so
you
we're talking
about the
national
stuff that the people were doing. Like Franklin.
Right.
And all, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were still talking about The Sandlot at first. I was like, fact check The Sandlot? I was like, what are you talking about?
There's not much to fact check there. There was a big dog on the other side of that fence. It was true.
It's true.
All right, so next one, Apollo 13. Did it happen? Did it happen?
It did.
There's a movie.
If it did happen, it has to be on there.
There's a movie coming out about that.
I know.
There was a movie that.
Sorry, well, Apollo 13. We'll put.
I think it has to be. Only reason is because the majority of people believe that it happened, and that is a moment in human history that,
Well,
it's crazy.
Well, guys, remember Apollo 13 is not about the initial.
Oh,
moon
we're thinking about something
returning to the moon, and then they have.
Yeah,
they have the failure with the rocket. So
yeah,
so
that
those two go on the top 10 list.
Yeah,
the top 10 list.
Top 10.
I'm gonna say
we have 3 right now.
Yeah,
we're thinking of the Tom Hanks. Yes.
Apollo. So, scary movie.
Nah,
no,
get that out of here.
Okay.
American Pie.
I feel like The Sandlot kind of accomplishes
has American in the
Pie's,
name.
Yeah, I mean it is a very American story because again I think that coming of age high school to college story is like uniquely American. If they were in Europe, they would have a gap year and they would travel the world on a holiday. And if they were in Asia, they wouldn't be doing any of those like antics. And
no, there's Euro Trip.
I think we're gonna say. I think we're all gonna agree that this one doesn't make it. But I bet there's some history person watching it and they're like, no, actually, but Gangs in New York, it might not. It might not really scream America.
I think it's a good pick. I just don't think that it fits like the America. It's not America.
If we're going for America, it's not Gangs in New York.
So Forrest Gump, I'm gonna say yes. That's my vote on that.
Yeah, Forrest Gump has to be in the top 5.
Yeah,
we're going to put that in the top 5.
Corey already moved it to. All right, Tropic Thunder.
Oh, I missed that one. I love that movie.
I love that movie so much, but I don't know that it screams as much like Rah Rah America as
just really funny movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's just a fantastic movie.
We can go on and skip Mars Attacks, right? That one ain't
what are you talking about?
Well, listen, Mars Attacks versus Independence Day, I think. Yeah, I think we have to take Independence Day over Mars Attacks, though, because they're kind of the same thing. And I mean, Mars Attacks was making fun of it.
Yeah, why does it? That doesn't mean that it should be ahead of it.
Here, we'll highlight it.
We can take Independence Day. I'll take that. Whatever. It's still good.
So, Independence Day definitely has to hit. Okay, so I'll go in and put Independence Day on there, and then what about Air Force?
You mean
I can't.
Top Gun?
I don't remember that movie.
I don't know Air Force.
I don't remember it either. And now that I don't know why it just popped in my head.
Jake, I think you said Air Force One or something, didn't you?
Air Force One. Yeah, Air Force One. Yeah. Sorry.
Before we move on, one that we didn't even say, and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but
quit adding more.
I'm sorry, it just popped up in my head, and I feel like I have to say it. But
he's the host; you can do it.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh man,
yes.
I told you y'all keep picking these war movies.
The war was, but it does. But all right,
Men of Honor. I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. That one was dope. But anyway, we'll move on.
Okay, I think that's what going war movie. I didn't know. I thought we were going radio. I was like, I don't know.
He wasn't
radio,
war, but it was still a military movie.
All right, damn it. All right. Oh my. So Top Gun. Is Top Gun top 10?
I say Top Gun, yes. I say Top Gun because it has like the shirtless volleyball with oiled up dudes and like America like jets and like projection of military power.
If Baywatch was the opposite in a movie, that's what it would be.
I think that one's iconic.
So we're at number 8. So and then the next one, Black Hawk Down, which is obvious, has to.
You know what, man?
I think we got way more than 5 here, guys. It's gonna be hard.
This is top 10. Yeah, we're gonna have to we gotta get it to 5. So then Independence Day is already there, and then now The Patriot.
The Patriot has to be there. That is, it literally is about our independence.
Trey, what's that one? There were so many good movies that came out after the 9/11 era that scream America that you just got to include if you're going to include one war movie.
Olympus Has Fallen.
We're going to have to pick one by itself. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to pick a category for war movies because there are so many good ones after 9/11. What's the one with Chris Pratt at when he? No, not Chris Pratt. Homeboy with the blue eyes from Limitless. Bradley Cooper. What was that movie? I don't know. He was a sniper.
Shit.
There was that one. Then there was the one.
That was a good one. And with Mark Wahlberg.
Man, there's a million good movies that came out that scream America.
Yeah, if it's a war, that goes beyond because the one where they're in the valley.
Bro, that's the one I was thinking of. I can't think of it. I can't think of the name.
Yeah. I can't think of that one either.
A lot of those are true stories. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep. So you know the war movie where they were in the valley and had to hold it off?
I'm trying to think. Let me see.
Oh Boy from Bad Boys 2, Will Smith's son. That was the movie that made his career take off. Yeah, he played in that.
Yeah.
I mean, if we start going down the war,
that's
war
we're
path,
opening a huge book that just keeps going on forever.
So we can stop it right here. I mean, Behind Enemy Lines really. I mean, if we might as well just throw Patriot and Behind Enemy Lines on there.
I'm saying you could put Hacksaw Ridge, bro. There's so many.
Has to be on there.
What about Hacksaw Ridge, Corey?
I haven't seen that one. I don't know.
I thought you called that one out before. Hacksaw Ridge was crazy. Oh man,
I'll check it out though.
All right, so now we got 10. Then there was 10. Now we have to make a list of 5. So here we go. And Jake.
I think you should let the people decide the top 5.
Yeah,
leave
people
it decide.
10 and then
I don't think we're gonna be able to do it, bro.
We can do with 10 options, but
because I'm thinking like this, Trey. What is America like? You just want to see? Do you just want to see like American flags, or do you want to see accomplishments made by American people? Because there's some really good animation out there that was American made. You know what I'm saying?
I would say if it had to go to a public vote, I'm gonna go on and speak of what's on here. I would say the top 3 would be Sandlot, National Treasure, and Forrest Gump. No, Independence Day.
Independence Day is gonna be on there.
Forrest Gump. Independence Day, Forrest Gump.
I'm telling you, the Patriots gonna go up there if we start putting it out to a vote, man.
And National Treasure.
Well,
I think we're sleeping on National Treasure.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if you had a friend that was coming to America, never been here, and say, look, these are the top 5 movies you got to watch if you're going to be American. Watch this. That's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking.
I guess if we're taking that route, I feel that. But I guess I'm thinking more.
Patriot ain't going to be on nobody's list.
I'm thinking the 4th of July. I'm thinking the 4th of July, Independence Day, and how we got there. The Patriot is literally how we got there.
I guess you want to pass your visa test. You want a visa? Watch The Patriot. There you go. That'll give you the dates, names, numbers, all that, everything you need, buddy.
No, if you want to pass your visa test, you watch National Treasure because they don't talk. You're right.
No, you watch 90 Day Fiance. That's what you watch.
Oh, man. All right, so we got our top 10.
Shout out Paradise Man.
Paradise Man. So, all right, we're gonna throw it out there to the public to help us figure out what is the top 5 most America films for 4th of July out of this list. And we need your vote for what movie we're going to come back and discuss in August. And we appreciate y'all tuning into the podcast.
Hey, Trey, where can we vote? Where can the vote? Can we put the link somewhere? Is it possible?
Yes. The vote will be, you know what? I'm going to put the vote on the website because Instagram. What do you think, Corey? Because we tried it with Instagram and it's like Instagram hid the voting. It made it hard.
I don't think you can
put it on both.
10.
What
I don't
does
think
it
you're
cost
gonna be able to put
both?
10 options on Instagram.
Yeah,
man, it doesn't really hide it. It kind of hides it. It's just really.
I'm gonna send out a link. We'll all share it. It'll be a Google form. It'll be a Google form. The link will be in Instagram, Facebook, everything, but it's going to be on a forum, and we'll see what.
Yeah, we can share it that way. It's better to share it as a link, I think.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, appreciate y'all's time. And until August, I already know we're going to go see Twisters.
Twisters is definitely getting seen. I'm telling you, I'm watching.
Just so you know, Trey, I've really been enjoying it because, now, every time I get ready to go do research, take a picture, I send it to Trey. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do some research. It's me going into the movie theater. We getting some popcorn or something. I done seen 4 movies since we started this. So
this is it's gonna be. I'm gonna see everything we pitch, but I got a feeling we're gonna talk about Twisters.
Yep.
All right,
All right,
guys.
y'all.
And Deadpool.
Peace.
later.
Hey, happy 4th. Y'all stay safe. If it doesn't sound like firecrackers, crawl. Get
Duck.
the exit. Peace.
Shooting back.
Hey,
I'm just
sometimes,
joking. Good
hey,
night.
listen. Sometimes the firecrackers are just as dangerous. They'll come right at you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Yep.
America.